Welcome to the Bleedbigblue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What is going on? What is going on, everyone? It is, April Fool's Day, April the 1st. This is the Bleedbigblue podcast. I think we are live and streaming and doing all those good things. Timmy, are you on? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm here. You know, I know we missed it in the morning, but hey, we're here tonight, so you know what? Better late than never. Get over it.
Yeah, we got it. We are getting it in. Just slip it in, right?
That's right. Just slip it in under the time restraints.
All right, so let's wait for a bunch of people to jump in the chat. On an off night,
yeah.
I wonder how busy we will be on an off night.
Off night, and there's really not a whole lot of stuff going on. I know if you even looked at Twitter or anything like that, there was fake news everywhere, so it wasn't even worth looking.
Right.
It was just annoying. It was just annoying. You had to check out everybody's source or who was actually saying it.
Very true.
Damn, that's going on. I'm like, damn. I mean, all over Facebook, Twitter, you know, whatever. It was getting stupid.
I think that Geno Smith did sign with the Chargers, I believe, today. I think that's official.
Yeah. Now, I might be wrong. People were saying that's going to help us with like supplemental picks. Next year? If that's
I don't know.
Awesome.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Thing.
If it does, fantastic.
Great, right?
Well, I'm gonna laugh if Geno Smith gets into another situation because they're already talking about Chargers taking, drafting a quarterback for the future. So Geno Smith might put himself in the exact same situation again. I don't think they're benching Rivers anytime soon, but he's not going to be the heir apparent. He's not going to have the number 2 job locked up. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I it's Geno Smith. What do you want me to talk to you about? Like
No.
I mean, I guess to defend him, which would be difficult. He's looking for a starting opportunity, and how much longer is Rivers going to be there? You know, how many more years does he have? Where else was he going to go? Pittsburgh? How many more years does Ben Roethlisberger have? So it's probably his
better off
best
going
bet.
to Pittsburgh, to be honest with you, but
because Ben threatens to retire every offseason for the past 4 years.
Exactly. The only thing with Geno Smith is, hey, he's just hoping to get a job. He's taking whatever call comes his way. They're willing to talk to him, awesome. He's willing to go. I guess Anthony Lynn's a fan. And I'm not saying Geno Smith's a horrible quarterback, but you know what? He is what he is.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump in. Let's see. On Facebook, John Edward, draft needs to get here as soon as possible. I can't even go over the scenarios in my head anymore.
Oh, dude, I've looked at so many scenarios, so many, especially now that they're, throwing this Odell trade crap out. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. Do I think we're going to trade Odell? No. Do I think it's a smart move? No. But if it's going to happen, we don't take anything less than a top 10 pick and additional picks. We don't take the Rams 23rd, and even their future first round is nothing. I want a first round pick where I know is in the top 10 this year, and then we could talk. And then we could talk future picks and other compensation on top of that. But I want to at least be able to know that I get a blue chipper back for Odell.
Yeah, I want at least where we drafted him. We got him we drafted him 12. I want at least that picking up. It'll be a do-over. You have to get other picks in there as well.
That's why the Cleveland stuff intrigues me. They keep putting up Cleveland, and then giving up the 4th pick, and then giving up I've seen 2 seconds and a future first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that's even the case, you're getting the 4th pick overall, 2 seconds, and you're getting the future first, and it's coming from Cleveland. You have to take that deal. As much as I love Odell, you got to take that. You got to take that deal because they're going to be high picks. The first 3 would already be high picks.
So it would be
the first.
Wait. First this year would it be the number 4 pick?
It would be the 4th. It would be 4th pick overall.
Then it would be
the two second rounds, whatever. 2 of their seconds, or the only seconds they have, I think.
Right.
And then a future first. That's one. Obviously, this time of the year is a pain in the ass as far as seeing actual real truth to these rumors. But if that was the case, you take that all day. Especially if we don't even want a quarterback. But I don't think that's the case either. Like me and James talked about, and I'm sure you've heard us, Marco, is I literally think it's gonna be Sam Darnold, or we trade back.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants are just literally waiting for Cleveland to take that pick to see what they do with it.
I think it would be either Darnold, Rosen, or trade back. I could see them pulling Rosen too.
The only reason I don't say Rosen, and I like Rosen. The only, obviously the injury stuff scares me. Right. But as far as he's the best thrower by far, and he's intelligent as hell, supposedly, and he keeps trying to get to the Giants. Every little piece of information sounds like he's trying to go to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw a thing today, or maybe yesterday. Ryan Leaf told Sam Darnold that he should pull a Eli Manning and get to the Giants.
I saw it. It was on what's his name show? Cowherd, right?
I don't know if it was on. I saw it on Twitter. It might have been come off Cowherd's show, but hey, you know what? That's who Sam Darnold reminds me of, is Eli. He's a quiet, lead by example kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the best case scenario for a guy like that is to sit behind Eli for a year anyway. So let's see what's up. I'm getting so pumped up for this damn thing. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go to this draft. I'm thinking about going. Yeah, it's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas. Oh, why did I say it was in Chicago?
It was in Philly this past year, and it's going to Dallas, or it's in Dallas this year, which we'd be going right behind enemy lines to see what happens.
Yeah, that pick is gonna. No, there's a lot of Giants fans in Dallas, though. I can tell by the chat in here. But the pick's probably gonna get booed no matter what they do, unless it's something ridiculous, just because of the sheer amount of Cowboy fans. What would have to happen?
We talk to James about this all the time, but what would have to happen for you to be pissed off at the pick?
Pissed off at the pick?
Yes. Like who gets taken, and you're like, what the hell did they just do?
I think if they draft Nelson, don't get me wrong, I think he's going to be phenomenal pro, but just not at 2. Trade back then.
You know what? The funny thing is, it's the guy that I'm getting more and more, the more I look into it, it's Saquon. I know that I'm not going to. It'd be hard to be pissed at anybody if they take it too, because they would really have to mess up bad for that guy to be a bad pick.
Right.
But for Saquon Barkley being at 2 and the way this running back class I keep looking up and down. It just makes no sense at all to draft a running back at 2 when they have really a 5-year prime career. You know, some of the greats have, you know, let's say an 8-year career. But he's not a bell cow running back. He wouldn't even, and the thing is, the more I've been reading on Shermer doesn't believe in, you know, a running back system. He believes in running back by committee.
Yeah.
So taking Saquon at 2, I think, would be one of the stupidest moves that we can do. I don't think it's going to happen because there's all supposed misinformation is BS when everything I hear from, you know, Giants community that they're in love with Saquon. If it's going to be misinformation, there's no way.
Just smoke screens going on.
A lot of smoke screens going on. There's got to be.
And the Browns are doing the same thing. I keep going back and forth. Are they really into Josh Allen? Is that their pick? Or are they really into Darnold? Or, you know, are they going to pull Saquon? They want Saquon first? I think honestly Saquon's probably dropping out of the top 5. Maybe 6.
You know, there's definitely a possibility with that. And I'm with you with the Cleveland thing. I really think the first news is usually the right news, right? Peter King wrote in the very beginning, before the offseason really kicked off, the Giants like Cleveland like Josh Allen. It was Peter King, right? Or whoever it was.
Peter, yeah.
They're really into Josh Allen, and that's the information that I'm really going with. I almost want to say they're trying to pull, hey, we really love Sam Darnold. They're trying to pull with us or with the Giants to be like, hey, trade up with us.
Right.
So you can get your Sam Darnold. We get an extra pick or 2 out of it, and you get the player you want. And then you can take the guy they wanted anyway at 2, which would be genius on their part if they can pull it off.
That's if the Giants aren't playing, no, we're okay with Rosen. Or like, no, we think, you know, player B, that's who we've been going for. That's how they have to play that.
Yep.
But you also have to – they might call you.
You know what? How much would you love to see the Giants board?
Oh, I would love it.
That'd be the most amazing thing ever. It just to see where they're dropping people where we might not even be close. Like this guy could be on a whole other level, and we might not even think about him until the 3rd round.
Yeah, I know. They have him super
like,
high.
Yeah, they love him. I know you got people inside the Giants organization.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put
feelers
something out there. Guys, if you can get us a picture of the board or whatever it is.
Just initials.
If it's a thumb drive or whatever, be major. We will break it. We are willing to break that news.
Man, that board.
That would be so great.
Yeah,
that's even if it's even done.
They're probably still going through it now. They probably have like the first round pick scenarios mapped out. You have to.
Well, let's put it, it's a month from now. You know, and I know we come off as hard-working individuals here at Bleed Big Blue, but I really have at least I know I am. I'm a procrastinator. So, am I doing that? Am I doing that board maybe a day before, 2 days before? Like shit, you gotta do it overnight. Like, I was gonna get to it. Damn it!
the draft is tomorrow. Wing it when you get to the 7th round. Do we have 7th round picks?
Well, that's what I think Jerry Reese was doing, because once someone came off his board, it's not like he had a backup plan. He was like, oh, shit. Who else is in this draft?
I guess all my names are crossed out. I don't know what to do. All right, let's go through.
I did my predictive pick on NFL.com, and
and he was there.
That guy was already gone.
Brian Bennett, best running back class in a long time. I would agree. I'm pretty sure Tim would agree.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that, and that's exactly why you can't take Saquon at 2.
Yeah, Danny Sadler says if they are trying to win now, take Saquon. If it is
rebuild,
I don't
agree with that. I don't agree with that at all, and I know a lot of people keep saying that. The only thing I can see is if, let's say, everybody loves Saquon, like everybody talks like they do. Like the hype on him is ridiculous. I haven't heard one bad thing about him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then I can sort of see it from Gettleman's point of view, as in if we traded Odell, because then it'd be okay. We're just gonna run. We're gonna run the ball nonstop and go that. But that's the other problem with it is Shermer doesn't believe in the bell cow system of a running back. You saw the way he used Minnesota. You didn't know who was this past year. You didn't know if Latavius Murray was going to get the ball, McKinnon was going to get the ball, or whoever was going to touch the ball that day.
Mm-hmm. And
I think he's going to grab solid value. I wouldn't be surprised if he grabbed 2 running backs in this draft with the amount of depth it is. And then you split that with Wayne Gallman. That's just a smarter move.
Let's hit the phone lines up. If you want to call in, it's 516-453-9383. I'm going to hit up the 201 area code. Let's see. Hey, what's up, caller?
And where's James at, by the way?
I don't know. He was in and now he's sleeping. 201, what's your name?
What's happening? My name's Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Wanted to make a couple comments. One on Beckham. The only way I would consider trading Beckham, like I'm not interested in a haul. I'm really not interested in like a pick in the 20s. I don't need 15. I don't need 3 picks. I don't need 2 firsts. I don't need multiple seconds. I want like an equally transcendent talent. Like give me Barkley or give me Nelson on offense. Like something that's gonna be another kind of centerpiece for the moving forward.
Oh, and I agree. And that's where I'm at. I mean, I don't want to trade Odell. And as far as getting somebody of equal value, I don't really think you can unless you have multiple picks. But I'm with you. I mean, if you're going to give me a pick in the first round, it better be in the top 10 this year. And that's the starting point. Because that's the only way I can see trading for Odell. Because I want, like you said, I want a transcendent talent, a blue chip talent in this draft to replace Odell.
Yeah,
and then maybe we get lucky with the additional picks.
Right. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I kind of forgot my other comment, so I'll call back if I remember.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
No problem.
Calling in.
All right.
So, there is no one else out there that offensively, that talent-wise, that they would give up. You have to think it's someone that's not happy with their current contract situation, someone who wants to move. So I don't doubt it.
Well, as far as like getting a match talent, it's not possible. I mean, honestly, guys, as far as talent-wise, he's number 1, if not number 2 in the league. I saw a thing this past week where they were comparing Julio Jones' stats to Odell's.
Mm-hmm.
Odell kills Julio's stats. Dominates those stats. And and are you going to say our offense was better than Atlanta's? No. The amount of targets, I mean, everything dwarfed Julio Jones. So the only other guy I can even think of is Antonio Brown that matches up.
For the offensive side of the ball. For the offensive side of the ball.
Well, that's the thing though. If you're gonna lose Odell,
right?
You're losing somebody that's getting double covered.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that can make a 5-yard slant turn into a 65-yard touchdown. Granted, some advantages are that you're gonna have a lot more money to play with. But the thing is, you still have to replace that talent regardless. And as much as I like Sterling Shepard, he's not on the level of Odell Beckham.
No, I would agree.
Could we get away with Odell being gone? Sure, guys. But I hate to bring it to, all these old school Giants fans that think we had no receiving core. And I know I get an argument from James all the time on this, but Hakeem Nicks, when we won the Super Bowl, was a top 5, if not even closer than that, in the NFL wide receiver, along with Victor Cruz being right in there in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Manningham which was number 3. We had a nasty receiving core. In the Eli Manning Super Bowls, they had a nasty receiving core. And you already know Marco Plexco was playing on almost a MVP level. This guy wasn't practicing, and then he was dominating games.
Yeah, he was a matchup nightmare.
I mean, a 6'6" guy that was quick enough to, get separation. I mean, we would have got probably a second Super Bowl if the stupid ass didn't shoot himself in the leg. But hey, we're still not getting over that. It still hurts a little bit.
No, that next year, man, we were that year we were rolling. We were rolling that year. Still, that stings. That's probably like my number one, the most disappointing year. Even past this year when we were 3 wins. Even though I had,
I think you guys' plans are realistic. I mean, we're gonna have bad seasons. That's why, as much as this season sucked, and listen, this season was really, really disappointing, considering if you heard our shows prior to the season, we were all in the Super Bowl. We were thinking we were going to the Super Bowl this year, this past season. Obviously, we went as far from that as possible. Instead of being in the top 2 of the NFL, we're in the bottom 2 of the NFL. Yeah, no,
my God. I still think that the Plaxico year where he shot himself, I think that was the most dominant Eli's ever looked, and probably the Giants as an organization, that was the most dominant I've ever seen them. They were creaming people.
Yep.
And one incident, one shot in the freaking leg.
Yep.
Oh, man, Plax.
Shot himself. That shot himself. That hurts. That still hurts. I'm thinking back to that year, and like you said, we were dominating, and we never dominate. Well, let's be honest. We even when we have great seasons, every team is in our games. No one's like, oh shit, Giants are coming in. We're gonna lose by 30 points. That's never the case.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a running game that was on fire. We had a top wide receiver in Plexico who was just tearing it up. The defense just were like, hey, let's do what we did in the Super Bowl, and that's what they were doing.
Danny Sadler, this team is loaded with talent. Coaching was the issue. So I'm guessing he's thinking it's fixed.
And you know what? And that's what I'm going to tell you right now is that's the one silver lining to this season is we get rid of McAdoo. Because I knew it wasn't going to be like, hey, we're going to give him another year because he had a good year the year before. The season was so bad they got rid of not only him but got rid of Jerry Reese, which I think essentially is going to turn us in the right direction. And I think Shermer's the best coach for us because he he orchestrates his offense on the talent that's on the offense. Not, I have a scheme and you run my scheme. Period. I don't care if you have the talent for it or not.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's go to the phones. 201-7. Let me shout out his whole phone number. Hold on. 201. I think it's a guy from before.
Yeah,
right?
no.
This Chris again?
Yeah, me again. I remember
there we
what
go.
I wanted to say.
What did you? Go ahead.
So a couple other things. I just want to say you don't really rebuild, like not rebuild, but there is no win now versus win future in the NFL so much. Like that's more of a baseball, hockey kind of a thing, maybe even a little bit more basketball kind of a thing. But the drafts are so deep, the way free agency works, every team has players. It's all about just staying healthy, the right fit, the right coaching, and the quarterback. So that kind of brings me to my point. I think the Giants have to take a quarterback. I like Baker Mayfield, but like whoever you like. At 2, any Giants fan going back long enough to remember the Dave Brown, Danny Cannell, miserable era, knows what it's like to not have a quarterback, And on a side note, How do you think we would have done had we kept Hostetler during those years and a decent coach?
Go ahead, Marco. I'm curious what you guys say about that. The Hostetler one really threw me for a loop. So now I'm trying to think.
Well, this is just to throw it in. You had Rodney Hampton, who, really strong running back. Gerard Bunch, actually, before he got hurt, he put up some decent numbers at fullback. So the running situation was good. Good O-line, and you had the beginning of the Strahan era, end of the LT era. Yeah, if Ray Handley didn't tear down the Parcells D, you could have got a couple more years out of that era's players. It was a solid. It was the team that could have made some runs, and Hostetler had.
Yeah.
Go on.
With Hostetler being there, instead of let's go through our Dave Brown, Kent Graham years and whoever else was there, I would love Hostetler being there because. Like you said, first of all, huge Rodney Hampton fan. I loved Rodney Hampton, and was that beginning of Toomer years, or was that a little bit later?
A little bit.
I think Toomer was a little later.
Was drafted '96. Toomer was, I think, our first or second round pick in '96, and I think Hostetler. I'm really more talking 90 because Hostetler got hurt in '96 in Oakland. He had 3,500 yards in '94 and '95 with Oakland. Mm-hmm. And those were the beginning of the Brown era. It was 94, 95.
Well,
I don't think Hostetler. Yeah. I don't think Hostetler lit it up when he went to what is it, L.A. then or Oakland?
L.A.
It was L.A.
Yeah, my bad. But he had two 3,500 yard, 3,500 yard seasons, 94, 95. Decent touchdown interception ratio. And then 96 he got hurt, and he really wasn't the same after that. Like 97 he was all right, but. But before the injury, 94, 95, he was 3,500 yards,
Yeah.
Over 20 touchdowns.
It's a good question.
You know what? I'm giving you the question of the day right now because it's definitely intriguing me right now because I was a Hostetler guy, but if you think about it, what if Hostetler would have gave us another, let's say, 3-4 seasons?
Yeah,
if he stayed,
that's probably about it. Depends on the injury. If he stayed healthy, he could have went to 99. He did retire in 99. If he stays healthy, you never know because it's a totally different situation.
Hold on, let me look where he winded up.
And then compare his stats to Brown's because I think Brown only threw for like 2,000 yards, and he had
let's be honest. Hostetler played better than Dave Brown. I don't even have to look at the stats to know that.
Brown had some Brown's touchdown interception ratio that year was like 15 or 16 touchdowns, like 27 interceptions.
And how frustrating is it the fact that we gave up? Did we give up a supplement? We gave up our first round pick.
Supplemental.
To pick Dave Brown.
Yeah. What happened
we could take him for supplemental draft?
Because a bunch of quarterbacks got hurt. Hostetler was actually there still. Sims, Hostetler, and Kent Graham. We took Kent Graham in the 8th round of the regular draft. But all of them were hurt. So I think that forced them into taking Brown in the supplemental draft.
Question of the day. Question of the day.
Yeah, it's definitely question of the day. That intrigues me. Now you've got me like thinking back.
You're gonna have to go look it up. Yeah.
But you're gonna probably give me nightmares tonight because that's the Ray Handley years.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, I know. What a disaster. Imagine Parcells days. Imagine Parcells coaches his whole career with the Giants.
Well, it's not even Parcells. You could have picked any coach on that staff between.
It would have been better. Yeah.
Between Belichick, between Romeo Crennel, Coughlin was on the. I mean, you picked anybody on that staff other than Ray Handley, you would have been all right.
Coaches. In '96, we could have had '96 when we hired Fossil. I remember hearing a story where I think it was we interviewed Saban, didn't hire him, and we. As soon as we hired Fossil, as soon as we announced, you could Google it, as soon as we announced the Fossil hire, Parcells called and he was like, I'll take the job. And we were like, dude, we just freaking announced Fossil. Like, it'll make us look like dicks if we turn around and say he's fired a day later because Parcells. And then,
I think what happened was that at the time of the signing there were no cell phones and Parcells was outside Giants Stadium. Oh, who told us this? Yeah, one of the former Giants player came on and told us that Parcells was outside the stadium trying to get in the stadium before they would announce the deal because he decided that he did want to sign with the Giants, and there was a lot of infighting in between the ownership at the time about rehiring him back or going in a different direction.
Between ownership and the general manager, there was a lot of infighting. I remember hearing that. Yeah. But whatever. Is what it is.
As much as I would have loved Parcells, you know what? I want to give Jim Fossil his due. I actually like Jim Fossil as coach.
I went to high school with this kid, Don Bosco. He was all right guy. I actually prank called him once. I called him up as a little kid, and I was like, yo, you should start Jurevicius more. I remember saying he should start Jurevicius more. And he's tipping his hand when he was, it was 2000, when he was Dane and Barber. Because you knew exactly what we were doing, Yeah. I was a stupid kid. But what was I going to say?
His son was... The son that's coaching now, right? His son's coaching on...
Yeah, I went to school with this other kid, though. The other kid was a kid.
Oh, the other one.
I mean, he was 2 years older than me, though. I didn't even really know the guy. But, what was I going to say? He had Fox as a defensive coordinator and Sean Payton as an offensive coordinator. And
he had his own little... Yeah, he had his own little staff going.
Yeah. But another thing, just one last thing before I get off the phone, is if you look up Baker Mayfield, it's like advanced analytics. It's like off the charts. It's one of the highest scored quarterbacks to ever come out. There's some sort of stat where quarterbacks who don't throw the ball over 55 miles an hour, like they can't fit it through like the tight windows of the NFL. Mayfield throws at 60. Got a rocket launcher. I mean, he's the fourth highest scored quarterback since like 97 on the Pro Football, some sort of advanced analytic thing I read. But so I don't think you could pass up a guy like that, miss out on like an Andrew, a Peyton to Luck, a Favre to Aaron Rodgers, a Marino to Young possibility, situation. It's worth it. To me, you don't pass up on that opportunity. I'm gonna let you guys go.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Chris. As far as taking that question, I'm gonna tell you this. Now, I like Baker Mayfield, but at number 2, it just doesn't match up for me. For the fact is, you are taking a risk on him. He is an undersized quarterback. So you like him, whatever. You want to take him at 2, great. But the thing is, he runs his mouth. He doesn't take me as a guy that's going to be willing to just chill and learn behind Eli for a year. Now, maybe he can. But he's, pretty much the way he's interviewed and the way he's come across, and he's pissed off half the league as far as the way he is. At least according to reports and all that. Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of like him. I think it would be totally different than what we have now.
Total opposite of Eli.
Yeah. But at 2, I don't know. But it's so crazy because He's probably not going to go past 4. Is he worth the 4th pick?
Well, the rumors has, I mean, if you believe any of the rumors, Jets want him at 3.
Jets want him at 3,
and
yeah.
If he passes Jets at the 3, then supposedly Buffalo, that's the one they're targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Is Baker Mayfield. It's just tough for me because, one, I know the offense he ran in, and he ran it well. But it's a spread offense. I mean, granted, pretty much all of them, I guess, ran the same kind of offense other than Darnold. But I just, with the higher the pick, it should be the least amount of risk you should be taking.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. It should be like, making bets. Be like, okay, you got a 50-50 shot that this one's going to pay off. I shouldn't be taking, higher odds at number 2 for that kid to pay off.
All right, let's go.
I should be having. Let's go ahead.
Let's hit up the next line. Ready? 717.
Yeah, go for it, man.
717, are you there?
How you doing? This is Charles.
What's
what's going on, Charles?
Hey, I just want to talk about the draft.
Sure.
We're not going to go pick at 2nd. We're going to draft back. We're going to drop back to 5th and take the guard or take Barkley. And that's what I'm thinking because there's no way we're going to draft at 2nd.
Well, and that's a big question. And like me and Marco said in the beginning, we would love to get the board and see what they're thinking. I personally, I'm with you. Other than I think if Sam Darnold drops to us, I think we take him at 2. If he gets taken at number 1, which more likely going to happen, then I think we trade back. But I think Giants are literally sitting there waiting to see if he gets picked at 1. And then
why is everybody so hyped up about Arnold? Like, he's like, I love Eli, but he's kind of like Eli with the picks. Like, I don't understand why.
Let's put it this way: you just exactly what you just said. He's just like Eli, and that's who he reminds me of too. He's not a rah-rah guy. He's a lead by example. And the thing is, he's got tons of talent. He's only 20. And the best case scenario would be for him to sit behind Eli for a year, and you would have another Eli. Giants have been sitting behind Eli for 15 years. If they got another Eli, I don't think they would have a problem with it, especially if he's injury, it doesn't get injured like Eli did.
Right.
And that's pretty much Darnold's the healthiest one out of all of them.
I think it'll be too. I think we need to respect Eli and not draft a quarterback. Let Eli play for 2 or 3 more seasons. Get him offensive line help. Get him Barkley or get that guard from Notre Dame, but drop back to the 5th spot because when you drop back to the 5th spot, the teams that picked ahead of us, whatever drops to us, we'll clean up. We'll get the leftovers. If Barkley drops, we'll get him. If the guard drops, we'll get him. I hate to say a quarterback, but if a quarterback drops, we can then get a quarterback. But we need extra picks too.
Oh, I totally agree with you as far as that. And if you listen to us from, go ahead.
We're all in for Eli. We're all in for Eli, but you really don't get a shot like this very often.
Right.
And if you think that franchise quarterback is there, it's going to be damn tough to trade down. And the whole big mix is what's up with Davis Webb? Is he legit or is this just a 3rd round draft pick who's going to be a backup for his whole career? We don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Is if Davis Webb best case scenario is our heir apparent and we don't need to grab a quarterback, we absolutely have to trade back and grab as many picks as we possibly can. Because there's going to be a haul, especially for these quarterbacks. We need to take advantage of it either one way or other. We need to either take the quarterback in the future, or if we don't need it, then you need to take advantage of the spot you're in and get a haul of draft picks to set up the foundation for the future, period.
But we can't get back too far because it will screw ourselves. Like, we still need that 5th pick. We don't anything worse than
Well,
dropping back to
I'm with
fifth,
you.
we're screwed.
Try to keep the blue chipper in. Try to get a blue chipper. I understand that.
Yeah, like we got to get Barkley or that guard from Notre Dame.
Well, I would say well, it matters how many blue chippers you think there are, as far as non-quarterbacks. Saquon Barkley is obviously one of them. Bradley Chubb, the NC State defensive end, is another one. You got Quentin Nelson from Notre Dame. You could probably, no matter who you're talking to, put Mika Fitzpatrick in there from Alabama.
Okay.
And then there's a couple of guys that are on the line. It just matters on who's evaluating.
Right.
Well, I'm with you as far as trade back, get a blue chipper, and still get extra picks.
Right. All right. Thanks for calling in. We're going to go to let's jump into see what the comments are saying. Take a QB, make him wait. Let Eli go out like the true champ that he is. That's from H. Lee. Let's see, Danny. Even if you get a top 5 pick again in the class like this, you don't want to strive. Hold on. Skip that.
Guys, I just want to put it out there. As far as especially the two people that are on the show right now, we love Eli.
Mm-hmm.
I love Eli to keep on playing, but let's be realistic, guys. We can knock on wood all we want. He's still 37, and technically he's never got injured. The question is, when is that going to happen? It happened for his brother with the next thing. I just don't want to be standing there and have nothing in the works if something does happen to him. Because you have to get to a point where you're looking towards the future of the Giants and not just Eli's career.
Mm-hmm. John May says, I want to see Flowers at guard this year. Guard?
Honestly, I think there's better guards in the draft than what Eric Flowers will be. And Eric Flowers did not play that bad at left tackle as much as everybody wants to think he did. Just look up if you guys all believe in these PFF grades, look up Eric Flowers. He was in the middle of the league at left tackle. You pick him at red tackle, which he probably should have been in the first place, and you put another good guard next. If we draft a good guard next to him, or whatever we do, I think he'll be all right. And let's be honest, guys, it's a contract year. More than likely, this is probably going to be his best year of his career.
If he wants to get paid.
Yep.
He better ball out at right tackle, man. People might, I don't know. If he excels at right tackle, you think he would try to bounce because left tackles get paid higher. You think he would try to bounce to another team to become a left tackle? Most likely,
I don't
right?
think any. As much as he's gotten scrutinized, I think he'll just take the count. But the thing is, right tackles are almost getting paid just as much as left tackles at this point. And they should. And they should, because guess what? I don't care if it's the front side. I think it's they always said the blind side was the worst. But the problem is when you can see a guy that's rushing to in front of your face, that messes you up more than a guy that's getting to you and you haven't seen him. You can get a ball off and then get it cracked and not know it was coming. Or you can, throw some garbage, duck pass because someone was rushing right in your face.
Cream,
yeah.
Hey, Danny. People going at it on the comment section. There is no quarterback worth taking this year with a little bit from Sean. I can't believe no one likes these quarterbacks. I don't get it.
I don't understand that. What QB class are you guys looking at? Because let's put it this way: when Jared Goff went number 1 and Carson Wentz went number 2, that was not a good QB class. And what's Goff looking like? Goff looking pretty good right now. Carson Wentz looks like the future of Philadelphia.
True and true.
You don't know, guys. I mean, all it takes, and with the amount of talent in this class, you're usually talking about maybe 2-3 guys at the most. You're not usually talking about 5. And even with Mason Rudolph, you can possibly sneak in 6. It's rare. Now, granted, the 1 year when it was McNabb, Keely Smith, Cade McNown, what other shitty quarterback was in that draft? It really ended up being a horrible draft quarterback because it was only McNabb that did anything.
Yeah. What year was that?
I want to say, was it 99?
McNabb draft class. 99. What do you win?
Well, I'm a Syracuse fan, man. That was the last time we were good.
13 quarterbacks taken that year. Let's see. $13 quarterbacks. What the hell? This link just exploded.
Tim Couch was number 1. McNabb was number 2. Achilles Smith was number 3. I forgot. And you know what? That's good.
All right, ready?
To show you. Cleveland messed up Tim Couch. I still believe Tim Couch could have been a good quarterback if he was in the right system. Oh, and Culpepper.
Culpepper was 11. Yeah.
Yep, and Cade McNown
was 12. Sean King, 50 to Tampa Bay. And everyone else I don't know.
Yeah.
That tells you that.
Exactly. So you literally say McNabb obviously played well. Culpepper did play well until he hurt himself. Then his career went downhill quick.
What do you think about King becoming, now he's a free agent? Do you think the Giants go for him?
I would say yes. But the only thing is, do you really want a punter? And you know what? I hope he does come, now I think about it. Because I know James will snap. Do you want a punter that's going to be like dancing after he hits like a 50-yard punter? Good for you.
Captain Negative.
And I can't really defend the punter if he's doing that stuff. But, hey, he was like 4th in the league as far as punting. Hey, why not give him a shot? I'm actually surprised no one's brought him in yet anyway. I'm kind of curious why he got cut all of a sudden, though. That might tell me something. He might have got in trouble behind the scenes that we don't know anything about.
What was he making? $4 million? $3 million? $4 million a year?
Yeah, they definitely saved money by cutting him. And obviously, Gruden wasn't really impressed. So,
right,
you know. Yeah, see ya.
Man, everyone's like, we're not drafting. People are in love with Saquon.
I don't get the Saquon thing, and I've argued this for a damn 2 months. Guys, please look at the running back class. You know, I'm going to try to pull up the running back class while I'm, bullshitting around with you guys.
Yeah, you mentioned one quarterback. No quarterback is worth it, but like Saquon is what everyone keeps saying. My God. How far do you think he could drop?
To Saquon?
Yeah.
I would say very latest 6. There's no way he's past it. I don't even think he'll get that far.
I don't know.
I pulled up the running back class right now. So obviously Saquon is up there. You got Darius Geis from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
He's ranked like 12th overall prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the guy right there. You got Ronald Jones from USC. You got Nick Chubb from Georgia. Sony Michel from Georgia. You got Royce Freeman from Oregon. Kerryon Johnson from Auburn. I mean, you got some nasty guys. You got guys like Naheem Hines from NC State, who was the fastest running back at the combine. Who was way down. You got guys like who are beasts. John Kelly from Tennessee. I've been pumping him up. I mean, he's like the 15th to 20th running back down. You guys got guys who were pumped up to be Heisman Trophy candidates. Bo Scarborough from Alabama, who's like 30th ranked on running backs. This is running backs, guys. All they have to do is be in the right system.
All right, now the phone. All you say is that you think Barkley's not good and the phones are lit up. Hold on. Here comes a Barkley apologist.
Here we go with the Barkley people.
Let's see. 917. What's up? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Virginia. I'm
Virginia.
Brian.
What's going on,
I'm
man?
the one that's. I'm in Brian. I've been the one, commenting and all this stuff. Now I'm just calling. I'm calling to reference to that last caller, Charles, whoever. He sounds foolish. They have to draft a quarterback. I guess some of these Giants fans don't look at Arizona Cardinals. They just paid $28 million to 2 trash quarterbacks. You have to draft.
Very
one.
true. Very true. And that's all the thing you guys got to factor in.
And Gettleman talked about the quarterback health thing. It just can't happen. I'm on the phone. Yeah, it just can't. It just cannot happen. I'm not paying $20 million to a brittle Sam Darnold, and who Mike Glennon? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Trust me. I love Eli. Actually went to the draft where he got drafted in 2004. But
I was there as well. That was awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even get in there until like the 5th pick because so many people were there. But that's beyond that. But look, I love Eli. I think Jay Reese destroyed his NFL career because he should have had multiple rings. More than two. He should have had more than 2.
He was about to get the 3rd.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
2008.
I know. Yeah, the 2nd with the Pascal Bird shooting himself. But yeah, I think Giants need to. I don't know what the infatuation with Sam Darnold is. I would rather take Rosen. If they have to repair Darnold's throwing mechanics, then yeah, I don't. If you have to do that as an organization, as the coaches have to do that.
So who's the quarterback you like out of the
I like
crew?
Rosen. It's Rosen. Oh yeah.
The only thing that I'm with you, like we've talked about it. First of all, I love the way Rosen throws. The only thing that scares me about Rosen is the injury history.
It's the injuries but like I said, if it's injuries is the only way this guy busts. That's it. I don't see nothing else that could.
No, honestly, I'm with you right there. As far as if it wasn't for the injury concerns and the fact that he comes from a family that doesn't need money.
Yeah, that too. I know that's. Yeah, he might not be fully committed, but if you've seen what is it? I think T.J. Houshmandzadeh was on the Herd, and he's been talking to Rosen, and he's been talking to he talked to Rosen. He's like Rosen is dying to just learn behind Eli right now. They're saying this dude is like he just wants to go to the Giants. It's like
that's what I've been hearing. The same thing, man. Rosen's been pushing to go to the Giants, and I love when all these guys are pushing to go to the Giants. It makes you feel good.
Nah, I heard Rosen say he would literally sit out those 2 years just to learn under Eli, and Eli like one of the best to not learn to not take a hit. He doesn't need to learn much from. Yeah, he doesn't. And the thing about him, I don't think he needs to learn much from Eli. I think he already has the quarterback position down. I heard this guy's intelligence was like Peyton Manning, like literally.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Like came out of high school, learned the UCLA playbook in 3 days, and won the job.
Sucked it
That's
right
ridiculous.
Up
Yeah.
And
right,
the nice part is
he's
won like 3 different offenses because it's been 3 different coordinators in UCLA. And I'm with you on the Rosen thing. Rosen's
right.
definitely up there. If it wasn't for the concussions, I'd be on the Rosen train all day.
Chill on the line. Listen to it, and we'll come back to you. I'm going to go to the next caller. 347. What's up, caller? Where are you calling from?
What's up? I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? Basically, about the first, the pick that we have, I think that we should trade that down and go for a guy like Lamar Jackson, and then use the picks that we get to get a guy like Darius Geis or St. Brown, the receiver from Notre Dame. I feel like bringing in a quarterback with a guy
Jackson's
like that can help.
I'm not gonna lie.
And if you think about Davis Webb is a gym rat, and if he starts competing with Lamar Jackson, the guy's gonna start putting on some weight maybe, and he'll learn under Eli Manning and Pat Shermer. He's a quarterback guru apparently. So you have 2 guys that can possibly compete for the job and be the next franchise.
Well, let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. As much as I love Davis Webb, and I love everything I've heard about him as far as his work ethic. If Lamar Jackson gets drafted, or really any of these quarterbacks get drafted, Davis Webb, you're pretty much, just fighting to be a backup.
Yeah,
and maybe stay on the team that way. That's all you're doing. You're not going to be there. You're not the future. You didn't get drafted to that point. Now, as far as the Lamar Jackson thing, he does intrigue me. I know Marco's on the same page with me as far as that. The only thing with Lamar Jackson is how far are you going to trade down? Because there's no, people are talking about he's going to drop. I've heard like mid-first round and all that. There's no way in hell Lamar Jackson's dropping down that far. Especially if all these other
trading with Denver.
Well, if all these other quarterbacks get taken, so you would trade back with Denver. Okay, that's a great scenario. I'm going to ask you this. So let's say we trade back with Denver, which is at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say it went quarterback 1 through 4. It went Darnold, Allen, Baker Mayfield, Rosen, 1 through 4. Who are you taking at 5?
I would take the quarterback. As much as I love Saquon, I think that we need to look towards the future. But at the same time, I feel like we could trade that pick and build a team.
But the thing is, let's put it this way, and I love the line that what was his name? Ryan, the reporter, came on, and he said, he's like, let's be honest. You go into a grocery store, you don't like 5 different things. You want 105. Is that I'm fine with those 5 things. As far as quarterbacks, you like one of them. And if you're at 2, you have a good chance of getting the one you like. You don't mess around and go draft, if you want a quarterback, to trade back to 5 and be like, I hope I get the one I like at 5, or I'm willing to take whoever drops to 5.
Yeah. Thanks for calling. I'm going to throw you on hold, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. Lamar Jackson is another guy who's like, it's difficult to get a read on him. Is he like the next Michael Vick? Is he, his trade is just his value alone. Is he going to go top 15? Is he slipping down?
See, talent-wise, I don't see him dropping high top 15. He's going top 15.
Is he going top 15?
I'm not going to lie, the Wonderlic score scared me. I saw his Wonderlic score, and he was the lowest by far.
Oh, I didn't even look at any of that. I don't even pay attention to that.
Hey, I didn't. I don't really care. I mean, it's really not a huge deal. But I saw Josh Allen actually is the one that rated the highest. And Lamar Jackson got like 15. But Lamar Jackson is pure talent, man. You can't turn that down. And if he gets to sit a year behind Eli or 2 and wait and actually learn the system correctly, yeah, that could be pretty nasty. And it would be pretty next for us to have a mobile quarterback. A mobile quarterback, Lamar Jackson, who can literally probably run a 4-3. And he can essentially get out of the pocket, either bomb it to Odell or take off himself. You know.
It's intriguing, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's absolutely intriguing. But like I said, if you like Lamar Jackson enough to take him, you take him at 2. You don't wait till 5 and hope he's there.
I don't see that's a style of quarterback that Gettle will go for anyway, or Shermer.
No, I don't see that at all. Honestly, no, I don't know what Shermer likes, because honestly, the other caller had a great point. You need to draft a quarterback and farm, or pretty much breed one up yourself, because if you don't bring one up yourself, you're going to pay $20 million for a so-so quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they drive me. The Saquon Barkley people drive me crazy. And I'm not going to lie, I mean, it would be cool as hell if Barkley was on our team. Especially if he's pulling off some of the crap he was doing. But I really just don't think it's a smart move at 2. Now, if you drop down to 5 or 6 and got him, then I'm fine with it. As long as we got extra draft picks, I'd be cool with it. But even then, I'd rather have Bradley Chubb, or I might even want Quentin Nelson at that point. I would love this line to get short. You get short up, and just so they can dominate.
All right, let's go to the last caller here. I think it was actually a recall. Hold on.
All right, cool.
917. Where you calling from?
It's me again from Virginia.
What do you want to add?
I was listening to your boy about the Barkley guys, and I'm sick and tired of it too. I'm tired of you take Barkley and you win now. That's the line that gets on my nerves. I think he's probably good for maybe 2 to 3 wins. And some of these Giants fans don't realize that he's more in the Reggie Bush mode and not in the Ezekiel Elliott mode, and that scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for saying that. That's exactly what I think.
I was like, for all these Giants fans, look at what is it? Look at Barkley this past season, and then look at Ezekiel Elliott when he was at High State when they made that run. Because all I seen was 20, 22, 20s, 26. I think he did damn near 25 against Alabama, 25 carries, 230 yards on Alabama. You know, they always push out the best defenses in college football. And I heard Barkley had 2 games over 20 carries. One of those, he had 20 carries, didn't even break damn near 60 yards, and that's against Ohio State. I'm like, come on, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, no, I think you hit it right the nail on the head with the Reggie Bush comparison, because the fact is that's exactly what he is. Reggie Bush put some awesome stats up. But Reggie Bush was even the bell cow on USC. What was his name? Who was the Marco? Who was the
something
Leonard White or something like that?
On USC that year, I can't even remember.
Yeah, he got drafted by the Titans.
Yeah, he played for the Titans, and he was a better running back than Reggie Bush. You know, if you want to you get pumped up by the highlights, cool. But the fact is, you want, especially if you're taking a running back that high, he needs to be a bell cow that I can give the ball 30 times a game to in any different fashion, and he can just take over. But the thing is, if you look up, Shermer doesn't even like running backs like that. He likes running backs by committee and having different kind of running backs coming in.
He said something along the
Barkley people,
it takes a village, right?
Get over it. It's not going to happen.
All right, let's go to the last caller before we close this out. Ready? 201. 201. What's up? Are you there?
What's up, guys? I just want to make a couple quick points. If you looked at Barkley's, I think he's really overrated. I think Rashad Penny's better. Barkley was held. If you look at the Ohio State game and the Rutgers game, it was almost sad. Under 3 yards a carry. Penny was a beast. 2,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 7.8 yards a carry. Dynamic kick returner. And historically, you find the running backs in the middle to late rounds. Last year, you can make the point that 2 running backs were better than Fournette, Hunt, and Kamara taken in the third round. The year before that, you got Jordan Howard on the Bears, who I think is better than Ezekiel Elliott, especially if you switch their offensive line situations. And then the year before that, you got Todd Gurley with Jay Ajayi and Johnson from the Cardinals. So, going in the third and middle rounds like that. So, I mean, a guy like Penny could potentially be around in the third round, put up 2,300 yards. There's no reason to think 5'11", 220 pounds, ran a 4.45 40. There's no reason to think that he couldn't be available there in the second or third round and potentially be better than Barkley, who can't run the ball up the middle. And I don't see what everyone else sees. He was held to under 100 yards 8 times last season.
100%. I totally agree with you. I mean, great, and I'm fine with Rashad Penny. He's a good overall running back. But like I've said in the past, I'm on the Nick Chubb train. I like Nick Chubb. Reminds me of Rodney Hampton.
Rodney Hampton, the body style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Body style, we're the same number, and went to the same school.
Same school. That's right. All right, I think we're going to call it a day. This is a little impromptu get together between me and Tim and all you fans out there. Thank you
we appreciate it.
For joining in on a Sunday that we weren't doing nothing. We have a bunch of people on. It still blows my mind. Yeah,
it's awesome. And, once the news comes out, obviously there's not a whole lot going on, and we're not even trying to look at news right now with the April Fool's crap going on because none of it's real. So
it's true.
So yeah, I love the guys that are. We're all just getting pumped up for the draft because we pretty much know that's the next stepping point, and that's where Gettleman will finally get his full scale of approval. I think he's done all right this offseason. What do you think, Marco?
I think so far so good. I mean, the JPP trade, thumbs up in my book, and we'll see. My thing is you have to kill the draft. You have to kill the draft, and then free agents are free agents. Wait, so no live stream tomorrow. No, tomorrow is Monday. We're gonna go.
Yeah, we'll be live streaming Wednesday.
Let's see. Oh, and everyone, please give a thumbs up on this. Like it, share it. If you're new, subscribe. We'll put out some videos throughout the week also, and we'll come back on Wednesday night, I think, right?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to add something real quick, Marco, because I think we have rivals.
Okay.
I don't know who's part of Big Blue United.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know them?
No, not really. I know them. Good. I don't know of them.
Okay. Well, I just don't like the way they talk about the Giants. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're our rivals now. I know
okay.
James is on board because we've already started stuff on Twitter with them. But those old Big Blue United, we're coming for you. But we want to make sure our nation's way bigger than theirs. And for some reason, their Twitter followers are way above ours. I don't know what's up with that.
Okay. So we got to work on that. We got to work on Twitter.
Yeah, please. So share it up, guys, because we're easily the better nation than Big, whatever the hell they are.
We're pretty big on Facebook.
Oh no, we're big. We're big. We want to get bigger, and we want to be the number one fan-supported podcast.
Uh-huh.
Or does that sound right?
So that's our goal. That sounds good.
Yeah, the number one Giants fan-supported podcast. We want to be the first, people you come talk to.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We got some goals we got to hit, and we will talk to you Wednesday, if not sooner.
Later.
Timmy. Talk to you later.